Hi everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to talk about Lovable. So the focus of this video will be, or this video is mainly for non-technical people. So I'm going to cover some pretty basic aspects of Lovable and vibe coding in general. Now in past, let's say 12 to 18 months, so the whole vibe coding has literally exploded, and there's a bunch of platforms and websites that you can use to build actual software. And the industry itself has really changed and evolved over the past period. So there are many great tools out there that you can use as non-technical founder or co-founder to build actual piece of software, website, web app. Now, Lovable is one of those tools, and I use Lovable a lot, and I really, really like the tool. So you can do some pretty cool things. It's pretty easy to build something, but of course, as a non-technical founder or someone building software or website for the first time, you might have some questions or you might have some doubts on how to do particular things. So the focus of my videos is going to be, I'll try to explain and show how to build things with AI tools or so-called vibe coding and vibe coding style, but I will also try to point out some important things, and I'll try to simplify software development concepts and architecture for non-technical people to understand how it actually works, what is under the hood, and what is important when you use AI to build software. So Lovable itself, as I said, I really like the tool. So I'm a software engineer, and I find it pretty cool. Now, of course, you can build stuff pretty fast with Lovable, but of course, it's really easy to mess things up, especially security, secrets, credentials. So we need to be careful. But before we do deep dive, so let's just see what we have. Like when you open Lovable, so Lovable is evolving a lot. So they're adding new features, new integrations, and stuff like that every day, every week. So maybe at the moment of watching this video, this will be slightly outdated, or there will be something new in Lovable. So I will try to keep up and to give like weekly updates and to make videos to cover new features. But I think what they're doing now is they're mostly focused on integrating additional third-party tools. So in the past, let's say 6 months, so today is June 2026, in past, let's say 4 to 6 months, I haven't seen a lot of really like ground changes on how it works. It's more like, okay, now you can add OneDrive and you can add your Google Suite and you can add this and that, and it's going in that direction. So the registration, it's pretty easy. Yeah, let's cover the pricing actually first. You have free version, and it's for hobbyists. I actually never tried this one, but you have 5 daily credits. So daily credits are, so in order for this tool to work, someone has to pay for the AI, right? Now in this free model, zero for you, they are going to give you really bare minimum just to build a tiny pieces. Now, daily credits, what is a daily credit? So this is basically, think about daily credit as cost of AI, right? And here you have 5 daily credits. So 5 daily credits are literally more or less like 5 AI instructions you can give to Lovable. Build me this, change this, so it will be gone pretty fast. They have things like this, so you can even skip for now, especially if you are building something for the first time. You don't need to worry about workspace, private projects, unlimited collaborators, and so on. And they also have Lovable app, 5 Lovable app domains. We'll come to this piece once we actually want to deploy something. So I still have Pro account, which is 25 euros per month. And with this one, you can do a lot of changes. You can build your website, you can change your website, you can build different tools. And of course, the more you use, the more you need to pay for the tool itself, right? So with this 25 package, you have 100 credits per month. And here you have different options. You can have like 10,000 credits per month. So that will be like 2,000. So it really depends on your usage. I'm also going to show you some, I won't call them tricks, but I'm going to show you ways that you can use Lovable without just burning through the credit, because if you often when you open Reddit, you will see all my credits are gone. I'm still not done with my website. And you don't have to use AI for every tiny change. So we'll come to that later. Here, as I said, 100 monthly credits, usage-based cloud, credit rollovers. This is pretty cool because sometimes you'll have a month where you're busy with the other stuff, so you won't have time to actually vibe code, and then there will be a credit rollover. So my recommendation, go with the Pro one. And then later you will see if you need business or enterprise. Free one is really good. You can also start with the free one just to see if that is something for you. And then you can switch to Pro. So maybe that would be like the better way. Yeah, they have gift cards and whatsoever. So we can skip this part. Okay, so when you click get started, you have a few options to actually create an account. You can use Google, you can connect GitHub or Apple. You can also use good old email, so email and password. So that's what I have. I'm not going to create another account. I'm just going to log into my account, and then we'll see how. Then we'll try to create our first project, and we'll do a walkthrough. So I'll do login, and I'm going to open my secret. So this is my password. Login. They also have, so for enterprise users, they offer SSO, so single sign-on. So if some of you are part of the enterprises with a lot of users where you already have single sign-on, so what is a single sign-on? So I'll also try to explain other technical terms in a pretty basic, non-technical way. So single sign-on is you just use your email and password, and then you can access different tools with that same credentials. So you don't need a bunch of different credentials. So usually it's something that is installed and configured in enterprises. So you have your Microsoft account, and then with your Microsoft account, you can open internal apps and you can open some third-party apps, and you only log into your email, and that's it. So Lovable supports that. So they want to go in as anyone else. They also want to go in a direction of enterprise. So I'm logged in as with my TensorFlow Lab company here, Pro account. We have currently 5 members from my team building vibe coding, all engineers. So we use Lovable usually as a starting point for brand new ideas. We just throw it in Lovable, and then we see something live right away. Okay, what else? So at the first login, on the left side, there is a navigation that you can expand and collapse, collapse and expand. So there's a home, you have connectors. So connectors are basically all the different apps that you can connect. So I'm going to skip this for now. Let's do the basics. So projects. So those are all the projects you have created. So those are some things that I literally created through Lovable, like for basic websites or some lead generators or even some real apps. Now, when you open projects, you can create folders. I always recommend creating folders just to keep it clean. So this will be learning project, and depending on your account, you can have like personal projects when you have business. So like any other tool, so the more you pay, the more features you get. So for us, having tiny team and learning project is perfectly fine. So this folder is empty. So you can also create subfolders if you want to separate it. It really depends on usage. You can also mark some projects as a star one, so they will be visible here. If you have 50 projects and you're actively working on 3 of them, so star is like your favorite projects. You can just tag them, star and unstar them, and then you'll see them here. You have a recent project, so projects where you did some changes. You usually have share Lovable. They are always offering you some stuff if you share Lovable to additional credits and so on. We'll skip that for now. Upgrade to business, of course. And what else? This should be your profile where you have what kind of mode you want, background, theme, profile and settings. So pretty standard stuff for any SaaS tool. Of course, you have cloud, AI balance, plans and credits, but also some things like, as you can see here, members, something for the business. You have identity, you have groups. You also have knowledge, skills. So we'll come to this later. Now, let's go to our projects and let's open our learning. All right, good. Now, how do you build new project? Click on a button, new project, and Lovable is it's similar to ChatGPT in a way. So all AI apps are pretty, I won't say they're similar, but everything goes in the direction of you give your prompt, you get a result. So here is pretty similar. You give the prompt, you actually say what do you want to build, and then you can attach things right away, like images, design, connectors, and stuff. And what is interesting here is build and plan. So what's the difference? So build means I tell you what to build, and then you try to understand. So AI will try to understand, and AI will try to build it right away. So it could be something like, give me a website for XYZ, and give me, I don't know, I need to have login, I need to have 3 pages, and I need to have some details about my business and the contact form. Build, it will try to build right away. So when you do it like that, AI will try to do its best, right? So how it works. So it will receive your instruction, and based on all the data AI has been trained on, think about like thousands and thousands of different projects and websites. When you say like, hey, I need a website and I need the login. So AI is going to say, okay, login is needed. So usually when you build a web page with a login, you put login button in the upper right. So that's industry standard. 70% of the apps are developed like that. So it will put the login there. And you'll say, I need 3 different sections. It'll say, okay, I need navigation with 3 different points. So it will just use all the data has been trained on, and then it's going to do best to give you something, and you will get the result. And then like sometimes it will be good right away, but sometimes you'll be like, oh, no, this is not what I wanted. So what I want to say is, before you start building, it's better to do some planning. For AI in general, it's if you just give, the more you give, or the not only like the longer prompt, but like the more meaningful, like the better the instructions, the better the result. Simple as that. Or garbage in, garbage out. If you just give one sentence, and if you say, give me build killer app to earn 10,000 per month, what do you expect, right? Well, I mean, it's not a wizard, right? It's not a magic tool that can simply build stuff out of one sentence. So that's why you have plan. Plan is like talking with the AI, talking with the tool on what do you need to what do you want to build, and then AI is going to ask you some AI Lovable is going to maybe ask you some questions back, like, okay, how do you like to handle this or that? So it's going to guide you through the process. Of course, planning mode is going to burn your credits as well. I'm pretty sure. Might need to confirm that, but I'm like 90% sure that plan mode is also going to burn your credit. Now, what else you could do? You could just sit down and write some raw notes for yourself, or you could use ChatGPT for an example. So it's perfectly legit to use ChatGPT or any other AI tool like Gemini or Claude to help you prepare your prompt. So it could be something like, let me just open ChatGPT, and I'm not sure if this is going to be visible here. Hopefully it is, but it could be something like prepare me, or even with a, I also recommend using audio messages, it's really, really easier, at least for me, instead of typing. I need you to prepare me Lovable prompt. I want to build website without login. I need 3 simple web pages. I need homepage for my business. I try to teach people, non-technical people, how to use AI to develop software. So on my homepage, I need some basic videos with YouTube links. And then I need about me page, and the third page is going to be a simple contact form. So I need Lovable prompt for that. Keep it simple. Now let's see what we are going to get. All right, so I'm going to send this to AI now. And as you can see, we get pretty good. This is way better than just having one sentence and saying, hey, I need a website with this and that. So what you can do now, you can just copy this, go back into Lovable, you paste it here, and you can switch to build mode right away. Another thing is that you can even export this to to text file, and then you can paste it there in case it's too long. But for now, I'm just going to skip. You can also, when you're building a website and you have like your own logo or you have some corporate identity, you can add that right away. So you can give photos of your business, you can give photos of your store, and then Lovable is going to use those photos maybe to pick up the colors or the logo, and it's going to integrate it right away. So I'm going to hit OK. And now Lovable is reviewing through the scope. So you can enable notifications if you want to go and do something else. And then for now, I'm just going to cancel, and it's going to take a few minutes. All right, listed drafts, reading. All right, so I think it took around 5 minutes to get our first version of the website. Now, as you can see, like Lovable created website based on my text, like no images, no visual guidelines on what to use. So you see, AI selected this background image as something meaningful, like AI kind of learning and software. So it is a bit funny. So probably you'll never use this out of the box. And as you can see, it came up with some name, AI Consult, with some logo. But in general, it's not bad, right? So this is like the very first version, limited text, just something we created in a few minutes, and you already have some like some details, and you have some videos. I'm pretty sure, yeah, of course. So those are some dummy videos, so without actual link. And there is about page, some random AI generated image, what I teach, and contact with some basic contact form. I'm not sure if this works now. If I just test send message, okay, message sent, but I'm pretty sure that we are not seeing we are not receiving this email. Yeah, of course. So because there is no email connected to it. Now, you have details, preview is here. Now, what's next? So on the left side, you can continue working on this, and you can continue just giving in AI instructions like, okay, I don't like this photo, change it. I don't like this color, change it. So that is option 1. And you will use that a lot. You will attach images here, or maybe you will connect it to some tools at some point. Maybe you will say you will have your own logo, and then you will just add that logo here. And then let's see if I have my own logo to find it. Logo, this logo, download. We'll try to find something online. Simple logo. Some simple logo. yeah, for example, this one. So I'm going to save this, save image with some random company, and you can say something like I don't, or just change the logo. Change the logo plus, and then you can take a screenshot, or actually I think you need to do drag and drop here. Let's say drag and drop, change the logo. This is some format in my Mac, so let's see if it's going to work. And it will give you some tips like switch from build to plan, inside chat box to brainstorm, or debug without code changes. So plan is basically talking about changes, and build is just doing the changes. So let's see, it's reviewing logo, and you also see here what AI is doing at the moment. So expectation is to have this logo replaced. But the important thing here is like all those tiny changes, they're going to burn through your credit, right? So if you do 1,000 tiny changes, all your credit is gone. So usually like one instruction is one credit. So you can, if you just do all tiny changes, everything through the AI, you will reach the limit pretty fast, which is fine. But better preparation means that instead of just saying like, okay, change logo and change this, maybe you can just compile that into one prompt. On the other hand, you don't want to have prompts that are massive, because if you just give 30 instructions in a single run, then at some point AI might say like, okay, this is AI won't be able to really process that correctly. So it might start hallucinating. For example, imagine now saying change logo and change background and change all three links and put images for services and do this in about, so results might not be optimal. Anyhow, so done, logo is here. Okay, cool. Now, what else do we have here on the right side? So this is preview. And besides preview, we have files. You haven't generated any files, okay. And we have actual code. Now, this might be a scary part, but what is code? So when you think about any app, any tool, any piece of software, mobile apps, web apps, websites, desktop apps, your smart device, so any piece of software, behind software, there is a code. And you watch all those movies and series, and there is always some code magically transferred into something visible, some kind of some piece of software. So what is the actual code? So code really, in super simplified explanation, is like set of rules and instructions for visual appearance and for the actual functionality of the software. So with the actual code, so when you open this website, just go to the browser, or even Lovable itself. So you open your browser, Chromium, which is a software with a code behind that you don't see, but you open your browser, you open a web page, and then you just give URL and you get something back behind that website, behind all this text. So this is like text, buttons, UI elements, and behind that is like code instructing this particular website to render on your screen in that way, in that order, to have this learn how to build in white with this particular size, to have this second software with AI in this particular color with this different size, to have those three video buttons and or videos aligned horizontally. So code is actually instructing the browser how to do it. So we won't go really deep into the code, but I am going to show you like that this code is nothing to be scared of, right? So code is what is giving this website. So we have preview, we have files. So this is if you're, I believe this is new feature. I think if your web app is producing some files, then you will see it here. This is code, and this is, here we have analytics, cloud, payment, security, and so on. So I'm going to wrap this video. This was introduction, creating simple websites. First one, without deep dive into how to change this, how to publish this, and so on. So next video is probably going to be a bit more about the code, maybe to do some visual changes here. And then we are going to cover the publish part. And then we are going to explain on, okay, you built your website, what's next? Right? Thank you, everyone.